Okay guys, now I'll answer some of the FAQs about, well, what should I be eating? Before I jump into that, I put this here just as a reminder that there is a price to pay in order to be able to burn off calories. It's essentially going to require the same amount of energy for calories to burn off 1 gram of carb, 1 gram of protein, and obviously it's going to require more energy to burn off 1 gram of fat. You have to put in 9 calories into the system. Then people ask, okay, well, what should I be eating when? The consensus is amongst doctors who know what they're talking about is just in general, baseline, forget what other people say, is that you should be eating carbs before your workout, and then you should be eating protein after your workout. Now, why should you do this? Well, like I said, when I drew out the glycogen, your body is going to start utilizing the carbs that you ate 12 to 24, 48 hours ago, in order to, sustain your workout. And while you work out, whether or not you realize this is happening, is that your body is making like little micro tears into your muscle. Your muscle's made of protein. And when you replace that protein, you're essentially changing your muscle from kind of a formless blob to something that's lean and tight and has structure. That's why it is critical that even if you're trying to lose weight, you have to be eating a decent or a large amount of protein. I'll calculate that later, in order to truly see results. A lot of people make that mistake, and if you only focus on just losing fat, then no offense to anybody, but you're really just going to be going from big Michelin man to little Michelin man. Yeah, you would have lost some fat, but you would have no form. So you need to change muscle and fat as you work out. Okay, the next question is, how much should I be eating? Now, you don't have to starve yourself. In fact, you shouldn't starve yourself, by the way, because when you are in a state of calorie deficit, like when you are sustaining this, you are losing lots of protein per day. And if you're not putting in protein into the system to maintain it, then you'll be losing fat and you'll be losing muscle at the same time. See what I mean? So there's a rough estimate for the total daily calories you should be eating, and this should be your target goal. You can modify this as you choose, but you can take your body weight, multiply it by 13, and you get an approximation as to how much you should be eating for a 150-pound person. I believe, if you do this math, it ends up being 1,950 calories per day. Great. Now, how much of that needs to be the 3 things that we talked about? Again, these are rough estimations that are based on research. And I apologize because this is actually a range. This is 0.75 to 1. And this is 0.25 to 0.5. Both of these are multiplied by your body weight. And again, these are rough estimations. You end up with you need 100 grams of protein per day. That ends up being something like, that's like half a chicken breast and like 2 hard-boiled eggs and a fistful of healthy nuts. And then for fat, it ends up being 35 grams, and you want the fat to be healthy fat. That's where I'll probably go from there. Of fat, there is unsaturated fat and there's saturated fat. You want this to be this unsaturated fat. The difference between the two is that this is a liquid at room temperature. These are solids at room temperature. Examples of saturated fat is butter, it's margarine, and it's animal fat, which is pretty much all meat fat. Unsaturated, all meat fat except, actually, I lied, chicken breast and, is it chicken breast and turkey? No, chicken breast and fish. Unsaturated fats are liquid at room temperature, and these are pretty much everything else. It's all your oils: olive oil, avocado oil, sunflower oil, things like that.